checking in. Dynamic and energy that I've seen the wind have. And that, just that thought, that element, I've been pondering for many years in a subtle way, not thinking too much of it, but just knowing that there's wind in my system or in my blueprint. And I know that that's my primary element. So another thing that I've noticed is that I feel like I resonate with earthly energy. Just really grounded. I could be really grounded, calm, observant, kind of like the Puma. You know, just chilling, observing what's happening before his eyes. And, you know, kind of like, you know, being in the shadows, like, and then stepping in when need to. And it's really grounding, and I feel like I resonate with that, with the earthly element as well. So I was just walking and I was like, whoa, you know, I think I've cultivated a relationship with wind, el desarrollo de la comunicación, el desarrollo de observar las cualidades del elemento aire, observing the qualities of air within me, and also the earthly qualities, right? Just rooted. You know, I could be like really stoic, rooted, and then as I was walking, I was contemplating on those, like, you know, some of these two elements that stood out for me, that I feel like I embody. Then it's like, oh damn. So these two elements I am connected to, and then the element that I'm actually need to work on with, communicate more, kind of like see how I can dance with this element. There's two other elements, right? The water, you know, the emotional body. How I can embody the water. Like Bruce Lee says, you know, I think be like water. So allowing the waters, which energetically, I know that water is emotion, water is life, right? Even creation, it's spiritual. Water energy is spiritual. Not that I'm not spiritual, but there's certain qualities of water that I felt that I need to cultivate more. And then the other element is fire. And so I'm projecting this graph, you know, pretty much like a four-directional compass graph, like the four directions, and it's all tied in, it's all, you know, interwoven. But that's two elements that kind of reminded me of Airbender. You know, the Airbender, he's traveling to these other elemental avatars to learn from them, to bring harmony in the medicine wheel. Almost like that's how I'm seeing it. So same thing with me. Like, now my context is, right, mysticism. My context is the Red Road, Earth spirituality, right, and connecting with Earth. My context is my personal blueprint,